Hi, everyone. Bob Black at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, where the Yankees and Toronto Blue Jays will play a late September midweek game here this evening. We are here because we get an opportunity to catch up with a couple of former Richmond Spider standouts and teammates from one of the great eras in Richmond baseball history. They now find themselves in opposite dugouts as major league coaches. He is Mark Budzinski. He's been the first base coach of the Toronto Blue Jays for the past 5 years, and he's Sean Casey, who since the All-Star break has been the hitting coach of the New York Yankees. Have you guys understood how cool this is? I mean, we made this trip all the way up from Richmond, so we know it's a big deal to do this.
Well,
how cool is this for you two friends to be in opposite dugouts?
You know what's fun, Bob, is like the guys were asking me last night, he's like, hey, you know, you and Budzinski go way back. I was like, dude, it's like my best friend in the world. I was like, we go back to college. You know, I was best man at his wedding. He was in my wedding, you know, all this stuff. I mean, there's so many things, like Bud and I, minor leagues together, living together. We have so much history. And so it's so incredible to see how life comes full circle again. And I was thinking that last night, kind of having one of those feelings like, man, here's Bud and I again, like in baseball. Baseball's connecting us once again, so it's pretty cool.
First time you were in opposite dugouts, Bud, was last night. Did you find yourself peeking into the Yankee dugout?
You know, I wanted to look so bad, but you know, there's a rivalry here, Bob. We gotta be careful here. I don't want to start any brawls. But I love this human being. I'm so happy for him and the experience he's getting. He's gonna be here a long time if he wants to be. I wish he was in our dugout, to be quite honest with you. I'm a little jealous he's over there. But just been fantastic hearing him and listening to him and watching him and observing, and they're doing some good things. So proud of him.
All right, now the two of you took obviously different paths to get where you are now. Case, you were very comfortable with MLB Network.
Yeah.
You were doing that thing, and all of a sudden the call comes.
Yeah.
Why did you put the uniform back on and get into the dugout as the hitting coach?
Well, Aaron Boone's a great friend of mine. You know, played with him for 6 years in Cincinnati, and just a guy I still talk to him probably every month. So when he called me, I was like, "What's up?" You know, it's like Bud calling, like, "Hey, what's up, dude? How's it going there?" And he's like, how would you like to be this, hitting coach for the Yankees in the second half? We're looking to make a change, and so for me at this stage of my life, it was an opportunity. I just felt like at least to put my toes in the water, and it's the New York Yankees too. I think that was a big thing too, and just to be with him and have an opportunity to to be a hitting coach for a couple months here and just see how I like it. It was just an opportunity I couldn't pass up.
So you were a 300 hitter in 12 seasons in the major leagues. Heck, you were a 461 hitter your junior season at the University of Richmond when you won a batting title.
Led the nation, by the way.
He did lead the nation right down to the very last game. How have you tried to translate that to guys who are obviously good professional hitters who, for some reason this year, it hasn't been clicking?
Well, at the end of the day, they're still the 1%, the 1%ers in the world. I mean, these guys are still big league hitters, and I don't think any hitting coach is going to come in and change anybody so drastically. I think, I think Bud could attest to this too. At this level, you're almost a mental performance coach too. I mean, I know for me, the hitting coaches that I had, that you lean on these guys and went through the ups and the downs and the grind of this game, to kind of, make sure your failure isn't so long. How you respond is one of the biggest things. So for me, I've just tried to lean into these guys, get them to trust me that I'm and know that I'm here for them every day. And you just try to let them have the best at bats they can. I throw my philosophy, my process onto them, but at the end of the day, it's about those guys going out and trying to be the best versions of themselves.
But your path was a little bit more traditional. You worked way up through the minor leagues. Remember you managing in Lynchburg. You came through Richmond and the Diamond when you were managing Akron in the Cleveland organization. Can you kind of quantify what that journey has been like to the point where you're now with the Toronto Blue Jays in your 5th year?
First of all, I'm still not qualified. It's going to take a long time to get there.
You thought Casey had all the humor? Wait a minute.
But no, I mean, it was a great experience for me. I was out of the game for 9 years at home, wanted to be home with the kids for a little bit after I got done playing, mostly a minor league career. And the more I was away, the more I missed the game. And found myself talking to Sean, talking to our GM, Ross Atkins, at the time who was the farm director in Cleveland, and just missing the game. And thankfully for Ross and Tito and others in the Cleveland organization, I was able to get back in as a minor league manager and did that for 4 years. And then Tito was kind enough to bring me on his staff to work with Brad Mills and the outfielders at that time. And thankful for an opportunity here to come over with Ross and Mark Shapiro over to the Blue Jays and be able to get. I always wanted to be on the field in some aspect, and it's been fun learning that process. I didn't really coach much first base until I got to the big leagues, so it was a lot to learn there and continue to learn there. But it's just such a great group of people here. Very, very blessed and very thankful, and enjoy every minute to spend around our guys.
So on TV, we see you at first base every night, patting Biggio on the back and Bichette on the back and Springer on the back. What other things are you doing as a coach with the Toronto Blue Jays?
I collect all their gear. No, a lot of my responsibilities are try to get information on the opposing pitcher, times of the plate, anything we can pick up that they do differently when they pick versus when they go to the plate, to steal bases, to move up on dirt balls. Any extra 90 feet we can get on the bases, obviously. And then I also work with our outfielders. And so a lot of organizations split it up differently. Our third base coach, for example, Louis Rivera, works with our infielders. I work with our outfielders. And so a lot of the pregame prep for both physically and mentally on that side, as well as positioning in game. So who we have on the mound, Kevin Gausman tonight versus the Yankees hitters, and try to give us the best chance to make plays.
You guys have a chance to connect here in this series. You'll do it in Toronto when you guys go up there, and then you'll have a chance to connect back in Richmond later this year. Bud mentioned he lives in Richmond. The Flying Squirrels have their Hot Stove League banquet, and Sean, you're coming back to be the speaker. Congratulations to you, Mark, on winning the Paul Keyes Award last year. What's that going to be like coming back in November to talk to the Richmond baseball fans?
Yeah, well, anytime I can get back to Richmond's a good thing. I mean, I still love going down. I still remember the drive with Jay Adams and I driving down 6 hours from Pittsburgh. B.J. Christ following. I thought we were going to die a few times making that drive. But, anytime I can get back to Richmond and anytime I can get back to that community is a great thing. So I'm looking forward to being at the event, the Richmond Squirrels event, and being a part of that.
Save us a couple seats at the table so we can listen.
I can't wait. Be ready to start laughing.
This has been great. Mark Budzinski, Sean Casey, thank you, fellas. Go get them, and thank you for tuning in on Spider TV.